also.
Yeah.
In the examination hall, are they allowed with the mobile phone?
They say a lot that jammers are installed. But fact of the matter is that students actually complained that there were no jammers. In fact,
they may not be jammers, but are they permitted to enter the hall
without mobile? They cannot carry mobile.
Officially no.
Officially no.
Officially no.
Officially no. So therefore,
Officially no.
we will have to presume that mobiles were not allowed. So even if from Center B, the question papers were leaked, how?
Milord, actually what has happened is this, that I would think, Milord, that it was essential for BPSC to have conducted an investigation as to what was the effect of this paper leak, Milord, on the other centers. Where is, Milord, that consideration? That consideration is missing. Now for them,
there has been a paper leak, hasn't lead to the conclusion that the examinees also got access to the answers were to be written.
Yes, Milord.
Unless there is some specific proof, how should we?
Milord, we have made complaints about it. We made complaints about it.
What is the proof? We could have understood if in some other center the examination starts at 2 o'clock with the same set of question papers.
Yes,
we could have understood.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-hour duration exam. Now the incident started after the question papers were distributed, right? Must have taken some time, 25-30 minutes time. Thereafter it must have been leaked. By the time it would reach the other examination centers, it would be 2 p.m.
Milord, this is for us to assume.
And most importantly, you have to show, since you are the petitioner, you have to show that there is some evidence to the effect that the answers reach the examinees in the other centers. So how do you prove that?
So 2 things, sir. Roughly at about after the papers were distributed, 12:31, on Twitter, Telegram, and WhatsApp, the papers are circulating widely. So those photographs of that circulation we have filed in our
circulation might be there, Mr. Bansal.
Second,
how does it?
We are showing that we have videos. Videos taken from inside the examination, all while the examination. Students moving, students talking, students discussing at each other's tables, cheating, widespread. So we got a load of some videos from.
Was it produced before the High Court?
Yes. Was it produced? Yes.
You have to show from the High Court judgment?
Yes.
Or you have is it from the same set of question papers?
Yes.
You could have understood.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-hour duration exam. Now the incident started after the question papers were distributed, right? Must have taken some time, 25-30 minutes time. Thereafter it must have been leaked. By the time it would reach the other examination centers, it would be 2 p.m.
Milord, this is for us to assume.
And most importantly, you have to show, since you are the petitioner, you have to show that there is some evidence to the effect that the answers reach the examinees in the other centers. So how do you prove that?
So 2 things, sir. Roughly at about after the papers were distributed, 12:31, on Twitter, Telegram, and WhatsApp, the papers are circulating widely. So those photographs of that circulation we have filed in our
circulation might.
So those photographs of that circulation we have filed in our
circulation might be there, Mr. Bansal.
Second,
how does it?
We are showing that we have videos. Videos taken from inside the examination, all while the examination. Students moving, students talking, students discussing at each other's tables, cheating, widespread. So we got a load of some videos from.
Was it produced before the High Court?
Yes. Was it produced? Yes.
You have to show from the High Court judgment.
Yes.
Or you have
Is it produced
from the pleadings.
No, is it produced? I would like to take it. It's produced here, yes. No,
Here. The High Court.
It came from videos from which center? The concerned center? Because sometimes the persons who were responsible for doing the exam, the DM and the examination center in charge, are now put in charge of the investigation. The same one. How would you get the truth out?
Investigation that can be.
Yes.
Well, the video clips are actually the High Court also takes out of it.
Where is that?
Well, my instructions are it was given with the written submissions at the right.
Sir, if you come to page 71, 103, Roman 7. The evidence offered by the petitioners for mass scale malpractice and paper leak are only Facebook and Twitter posts post the examination. This is what was produced.
But actually, there were a number of writ applications, and we say that there were video clips.
No, but these are findings on facts. What was produced before the court. You cannot overlook this.
Plus, these clips will have to be shown to the people in charge of the other examination halls. Not of this examination center, the other examination center.
And for this examination center, it was cancelled.
Yes, my lord,
but just 1 minute. I will senior advocate. Pass on the instructions to the senior advocate.
I don't know what this is.
Separate matter?
No, connected with the
Connected matter, but separate matter.
Yes.
Very well. We'll hear. Yes, Madam Prakash and Mr. Gonzalez, show us where is this video that you are talking about being introduced before the High Court.
I have a different point in a different petition. Once they're done, I'll
Pertaining to the same examination.
Yes, these three are together.
that it was given to them. This section it was given.
Go ahead, for
But I'm also for the repetition.
another petition.
Yes.
My lord, in my
Lord,
question, the video was it is item number 46 here.
Show us from the judgment.
In
In
Anand,
judgment, my lord, actually, in judgment, that has not been considered, my lord. That has not been.
Very well. You find out from your petition where have you pleaded that you will be producing this particular video.
Yes.
Just find out.
in Anand
Yes.
legal, it is there without at page 112.
Because
writ
Anand,
petition.
Anand legal.
Yes. Yes.
Page
My lord,
112.
in my matter, it is 46.
In your matter only, I am saying safe fund also. Yeah,
My lord, can I assist in my view? Because my matter, the patient is taken.
Acha, Anand legal page 112.
Not my lord.
What is-
In Anand Legal Aid Forum Trust, the page is Legal Aid Forum Trust. This is a trust, my lord. The instruction you sat in the exam.
This is motivated by the this coaching centers.
No,
There's some public interest may be there.
No, my lord, I am
This is
independent.
this is good step.
What is the trust doing and did you sit in the exam? No, my lord. What is this? So here when people are who are participating in the exam are there, why should we hear you? Because my lord, I have already moved before this all sorts of vested interest. No, my lord, there is no vested interest, my lord, because firstly I went before this.
We can understand that for circumstances beyond the control of the public at large, they cannot move, and on their behalf you are espousing their cause.
Yes, my lord.
But here the aggrieved examinees are parties before the High Court. Why should we hear the task?
Before that, I moved before this one. No. Yeah, locus standi is a normal principle. You must have the locus standi to come to court. You only relax it when the person is incapable of coming to the court. It is meant for the underprivileged. Yes, it is not meant for those who are capable of coming to the court.
And so many people have come to
Look at the
court.
galaxy of lawyers here. Do you think there is dearth of representation here? No, then why should we entertain a person who does not have any locus standi?
I just want to make
No, you see, the standing doctrine is that normally it should not be relaxed. That's the central law. It's not some meddlesome interloper will profit no at a drop of a hat. Who are you? See, we have grave suspicion about you.
No, my lord, I'm
See, all sorts of coaching centers are all behind it.
list.
Vinod, may I know
When the people who are sitting in the exam are here before you, why should we hear a trust?
your page 16?
You have a better right than them.
Why should we have a better right than the relaxed standing doctrine of locus standi? It's normally not to be relaxed unless until it's an underprivileged or someone from jail who doesn't have the means to approach this court. This has become an industry, public interest litigation.
The page 16 at paragraph 5, if your lordship is kind.
Page 16 at paragraph 5 of what?
By way, that's a judgment. He impugned on this.
Page 16, paragraph 5.
By way of interrogatory application 2 of 25, the petitioner in the PIS sought permission to bring on record additional documents and video clips in pen drives. The necessary directions issued by the commission were also brought on record to suggest that none of the important advisories, such as like opening of question papers, etc. What has been brought on record are various messages. Some of the students charged that there was a leak of question papers around 1 p.m. in the day, which was circulated through mobile phones, and at one of the centers, answers to the question were being announced from outside on loudspeakers. So this was the effect of the paper leak.
Huh? That center, it is only said one of the centers.
One of the centers.
One of the centers. Where is this center?
Concern center where exam was cancelled.
Concern center where exam was.
Exam was cancelled.
There, that is in there.
Very well. Where is application number 2 of 25? Where is application number 2 of 25? What is it stating there?
Yeah, that is not
That's in the PI.
Whoever it is, if you are referring to this is not your document, madam.
No,
Therefore, you can't rely on it.
Not 1 minute.
You can't rely on it. If you don't have application number 2 of 2020.
I was only looking to assist your lordship.
Right.
Your lordship asked
But
me
this is not
whether
the,
there was any.
this is not the way.
High Court.
This is
So
not.
this is the answer to it, that there was a video clip which should be produced before the High Court.
Huh.
Now,
First comes whether it was there. Second comes the point of authenticity. How much can we rely on such a thing? And what is the statement that is made in the basic pleading? That is IA. What as he said anything about the particular center? One of the center, what is that one of the center?
that we could produce that earlier
Madam,
also.
are the examinations are held in a public garden that you can hear a loudspeaker? We have all been examinees. We normally sit in an examination center. Which is normally in a school.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Vinod, but ground reality is completely something else.
So please show us then that center. Please show us that center is open. You can hear the loudspeaker.
He may not be aware of what is happening in one particular state.
Show us that.
He will not show. Cannot import our own knowledge there.
Show us that name of that
Well,
center.
show us what is the pleading there.
Yes.
But we could show that we could bring it on record.
No. You show us.
Right now, what that I wanted to show was that actually your lords very well as to whether these documents have been video clips have been put in because we did
show it to us. It can't be some incident. You have to show us the video clip. You have to show us the name of the center, where it was done, who was impacted. Anything can be invented. Madam, today in digital world, anything can be invented. You know that. Today you cannot believe what you are seeing, what you are hearing. We see that on a daily basis. See, you are not supposed to believe what you are hearing and what you are seeing.
I wish.
But that's a fact. Madam, please understand. That's a fact. It's a very serious matter.
Yeah,
And even this application does not seem to have been allowed.
You please file it if you have it. File it.
we'll file it. We'll file it. We'll bring it on record.
Bring it on record.
There's no doubt about that. Now, the one thing that I wanted to show, Milord, if your Lordship will kindly see, wait 1 minute. Milord, what was the core issue before, Milord, the High Court? If your Lordship will kindly turn, Milord, to page 14. Or even 16, Milord, paragraph 4 on it. Now, this is, Milord, in fact, which was the matter. When adverting to the unfairness in the holding of examination, the petitioner, whose locus has seriously been challenged, has pointed out that the commission had issued notification such and such, such and such. So this is what they say, Milord. Now, that is also their IA. There's no doubt about it, Milord. Where we are concerned, we have said, Milord, paragraph 7, our writ, it's CWJC number 3.
Madam, this is Kumar's petition. Show us from your petition what are things. First, let us see your petition.
Petition. Page, volume. Volume. Is in the IEM.
All the petitioners were asked to appear from the same center.
Not in the same center. They were in another center.
Let us see the petition. Let us see the petition.
We are from different centers.
You are from different centers. So let us see what were the pleadings.
Yes.
Whether you have identified in which center what happened.
In the IEM, Milord, if your Lordship will kindly see. Now,
No, let us go to the petition. Why IA?
No,
First,
this IA, the writ petition,
let us see Kumar's writ petition
the IA.
starting at 19. First, let us see there is any foundation or not. 19.
Yes,
Paragraph page 19, it starts. Where are the allegations?
yes. That it is stated that
Preliminary examination was conducted on 13, para 6.
912 centers across the state of Bihar during the examination, and such the motion ensured that the question paper had been leaked. Certain candidates were not given the question papers. This was also a serious thing which the DM noted.
This is pertaining to Bapu. Now,
But several such other issues in the conduct of the examination. At the center, approximately 1,200 candidates were present, of which several candidates staged a walkout and such. So we are talking about some of the candidates from the center reached to the office of the commission with the question papers that were unseen and indicating of the fact that the question papers had been already been leaked.
so these are all students or examinees who were assigned Bapu Pariksha Center.
They
Right.
speak about that. Yes.
Right. Now come to para 7. Paragraph 7 also Bapu.
Yes. Paragraph.
Several irregularities in the conduct of preliminary examination at Bapu.
Yes. After this,
Now, number 8. Now let us see. Not only confined to Bapu, but also impacted 28 different centers. Very well. 28 centers. You give the names of 18 centers out of 28.
Yes. A detailed
Now what happened there? Let us see.
Yes. In 1 minute, no proper checking 10 minutes before question paper was given, and it was collected 8 minutes late. So there was no proper checking in Muzaffarpur. In Sivan Milad, in room number 112, question
This was the last follow. It has nothing to do with that Bapu or leaking. Some other
Other centers.
other center and other some irregularity according to them. No proper checking. Room number 112 question paper seal was
This
broken.
is our allegation.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Bapu getting leaked.
We're not concerned with the
Right. Madam, in Patna High Court, it's not an affidavit in support of the petition required. When is the verification of pleadings?
That's not been.
How does this deponent know what happened in Muzaffar? We would like to see how has he verified.
These were official complaints given to Milad to the helpline.
We would like to know how has he come to know if he is sitting in Muzaffar center How does he know what has happened in Sivan Center?
That is because the other candidates said.
That has to be said in the Girat portion that I have derived knowledge from this. Whether that was done or not, let us see. Where is the affidavit? That page is missing.
It's not in our petition, sir.
It's not there across any of our petitions. I'll be honest. I, Mr. Gopal. Yes. It has to be there.
No, it should be. You're absolutely right.
It has to be there.
Sir,
It's just completed here.
Patna follows the Calcutta High Court model. Once in a matter before Justice S.B. Sinha, my client was bound to win. But I also knew and court also knew that he's a crook. So what to do? Justice Sinha was just trying to find out ways and means so that the petition can be dismissed. Lastly, he went to the affidavit portion. Mr. Tart, your client dismissed.
Don't say that I should think the right time because
We have not said that. This is just an experience that, therefore Justice Sinha coming from High Court of Patna, therefore, the feelings have to be properly verified.
I know him.
But it is not there. So how do we take it that this has been properly verified and this is something which the court should accept?
One minute, may your lordship not consider.
Given affidavits.
Please give it here.
No, our SLPs are supported by affidavits saying
No, we will go to the basic documents. How
That of course.
about 20 people have joined in one petition. That is why I asked whether it is from one center. Once madam says they are from different centers, how would one examinee know what is happening in the other?
These are
He can be told by somebody who has, but for that particular has to be given. In such a matter, we would be asking for, we would be insisting for these formalities to be complied with. Such serious allegations you are raising without laying a proper foundation, we will not
Your
allow.
lordship will consider one thing, that these complaints were.
Very well, let them go ahead with the examination. If you succeed, you succeed. You file proper documents.
Here are something.
1 minute.
It's
1
something
minute.
else.
1 minute. There is one thing that your lordship may kindly consider if it appeals to your lordship, well and good, if it does not. Now here what has happened is, Milord, undoubtedly BPSC is supposed to hold the examination and supposed to hold it, professionally, ethically, in all fairness. Now how has the BPSC proceeded? What has happened, Milord, on 3/9/24, the timeline is important. BPSC issued an advertisement inviting. Then 9/12/24, a detailed SOP was issued. On 13/12/24, examinations were conducted in 912 centers as also BPP. Then there was large scale bungling or whatever, there was a ruckus there. On 14/12/24, the senior deputy collector submitted a report to the DM regarding the failure of law and order at BPC centers on 13/12/24. Now, here there was a definite allegation of paper leak. Now, on 15th, what happened was that BPSC holds a decision, if your lordship will kindly see, at connection P levels. For a second volume. Just 1 minute, Milord. First page, if your lordship will kindly see, at page 633. That in the first paragraph itself, it says what is the issue, etc., etc. Then in the second paragraph, जिलाधिकारी पटना द्वारा ऐसे ऐसे को सूचित किए जाने के बाद आयोग कार्यालय द्वारा परीक्षा केंद्र के विस्तृत प्रतिवेदन समर्पित करने का अनुरोध किया गया. Now, which is the center that they are asking for, my lord? This is BPP, my lord. जिससे प्रत्युत्तर में उनके द्वारा 15/12/24 को विस्तृत प्रतिवेदन समर्पित किया गया. उक्त समर्पित प्रतिवेदन की में प्रश्न पत्र वितरण से 10-15 मिनट विलंब होने के बाद बताई गई. साथ ही केंद्र अधीक्षक एवं सचिव से धैर्यपूर्वक एक बार परीक्षा में लेने हेतु अनुरोध किए जाने एवं विलंब के लिए अतिरिक्त समय दिए जाने की बात कहने के बावजूद भी कुछ अभ्यर्थी तथा द्वारा प्रश्न पत्र को टीएस बैग पूर्व से ही फटे होने की बात कहकर प्रश्न पत्र लीक होने के संबंधी अफवाह फैलाए जाने के कारण अन्य अभ्यर्थियों द्वारा परीक्षा में सचिन सच. So, Milord, this was the issue that the DM reported, Milord, that this was the paper leak, etc. No, if you're not
Rumor.
Yes, rumor. No. 1 minute, please. I know. You will also have your turn, please. Milord, so what has happened is that the DM has said there was a rumor about paper leak. If I'm an authority, what am I supposed to do, Milord? What is my responsibility? Now, if your lordship will kindly turn to the next page and look at the way it has been dealt, Milord, at page 634. उपर्युक्त वर्णित तथ्यों जिलाधिकारी पटना द्वारा समर्पित प्रतिवेदन द्वारा आयोग स्तर पर की गई समीक्षा के क्रम में निम्नलिखित स्थिति उभरती है. प्रश्नगत बापू परीक्षा सचन सच सीसीटीवी की व्यवस्था बिहार विद्यालय परीक्षा समिति द्वारा की गई थी. केंद्र पर मजदूर आदि व्यवस्था की जिम्मेवारी बीएससीबी की थी. वी आर नॉट कंसर्न विद दैट. जिला पदाधिकारी द्वारा दिए गए रिपोर्ट बापू परीक्षा परिसर में लगे सीसीटीवी कैमरा की फुटेज अधीक्षक सचन सच हुए विमर्श इत्यादि से स्पष्ट होता है कि बिहार विद्यालय परीक्षा समिति द्वारा उक्त केंद्र पर पर्याप्त मानव संसाधन शिक्षक बक्सा पहुंचाने के लिए मजदूर इत्यादि की कमी थी, जिसके कारण सभी कक्ष में समय पर प्रश्न पत्र के बक्से पहुंचाने में विलंब हुआ और कुछ परीक्षार्थियों को उपलब्ध करने का बहाना मिला. ऐसा केंद्र द्वारा 12,000 की संख्या में परीक्षार्थियों की परीक्षा दी जानी थी. उस केंद्र पर बिहार बीएससीबी द्वारा परीक्षा आयोजन की आवश्यक अग्रिम तैयारियां एवं रिहर्सल किया जाना था, लेकिन इस संबंध में बीएससीबी के पदाधिकारियों द्वारा गंभीर प्रश्न की चूक हुई है. Now, who is responsible for this?
This is in that Bapu.
That's all.
Yes.
Everything is in Bapu. Therefore, it was cancelled and therefore they have taken remedial action.
1 minute. Now, paragraph उसके बाद देखिए 3. ये हैरानी की बात है ना, बीपीएससी itself से ये हैरानी की बात है कि उक्त केंद्र से 10 स्टील ट्रंक जो पूरी तरह सुरक्षित एवं सील के और जिन्हें खोला तक नहीं गया था, वो भी दिनांक 13/12/24 की सचन सच कार्यालय में वापस किया गया. So there were unsealed boxes also there. स्पष्ट रूप से बापू, now all the time.
I think you just said they were not opened.
They were not even open.
So they are not unsealed. They are sealed. It used the expression unsealed.
Some of them, when they came for distribution, since there were various rooms and there were not enough staff. So what happened was that unsealed papers they went, and in some boxes, the students were not even given question papers.
Correct.
So all this happened in DPP. Now it's
happening while the distribution of papers is taking place.
What I'm driving at is this: at 0.54, if your lordship will kindly see, 5. एकाकृत 17वीं सचन से परीक्षा के 912 केंद्रों पर आयोजित की गई थी, जिसमें बापू परीक्षा परिसर को छोड़कर राज्य के शेष 911 केंद्रों की परीक्षा शांतिपूर्ण रूप से एवं बिना किसी घटना के पूर्ण होने की सूचना केंद्र अधीक्षकों द्वारा दी गई है. There is no such report.
They are saying so. It's peaceful.
No, there is no such report.
That we don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you file an RTI or anything? Did you get a response from there?
There are
But then they must have checked out verbally on the phone or something. We don't
that has to be there, Milord. That if what I'm trying
get
to
a
say is,
report the same day.
what I'm trying to say is, here is the BPSC board, Milord, which we are thinking is a very sacrosanct body. Now, what is the
Even reports in all 911.
if there are allegations, that there was a paper leak and it could have affected the others. If I was holding the examination, I would see what is the effect of it Milord, in the other center. So you assume.
You're right, absolutely in your submission. The only difficulty seems to be over here is that even according to you, the examination paper seems to have leaked out after the exam had commenced. So see, people had already entered the center. They are already sitting there.
How do we know this?
No, that is your case.
No, what
It's your case.
Madam, if you don't know it,
No,
Then
sufficient ground for dismissing the SLP.
no. What I said. No, Milord, your lordship will consider what I don't know is.
madam, you file a better affidavit. File a better affidavit.
No.
Please, first of all, see, you're saying that they did not verify. That's your ipsy-dixy. You must have written or filed an RTI application, taken a report, whether you have received reports from 911 centers or not. Place it on record. Place that affidavit of yours in support of the writ petition. Please place on record that you're talking about these what do you call those loudspeakers being used. Where, which center? Please tell us. We will ask them. They will tell us. We'll examine it.
That your lordship will consider.
Must be thoroughly done.
Counter affidavit. Milord, your lordship will kindly consider one thing.
Much more aspect. And more aspect to really bear in mind. Let her finish. Only a minute, something important regarding loudspeaker. So we always prepare 4 sets of question papers. They are jumbled. So in one center, I will have question paper number 1, he may have question paper number 3, he may have question number 4. So it's impossible for anybody to do it on a loudspeaker.
It's not that, perhaps, I may be wrong. The questions are same.
Yeah, questions are same.
They are in 4 sets.
Yeah, jumbled.
And the questions are set in different manner so that
Jumbled.
if
One
center one, question 1 has
It's
C as the answer,
correct.
it will be D in the other center.
Exactly.
Like that. It's not possible. If that be the case, that is more damaging for you.
No. But the point is that if they are
No. It cannot be, madam. It cannot be, because if the question papers have been leaked from center, Bapuji center, right? They need to have 4
sets.
sets, and thereafter to declare in course of a lecture loudspeaker, this particular set of paper, question 1 will be, this is something.
All mark sheets, Milord, you can actually kindly consider. You just have to, Milord, just tick mark. That's
Not that simple.
It's not enough. It's not something.
Today, it's not that simple, because question number 1 maybe what is the capital of India, and question number 1 in another set could be a question from biology.
One replies are
Replies are jumbled.
also jumbled.
Question would still remain the same. The numbering would change.
We are giving, without even hearing Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Gopal, just one thing. Somebody said about the video clip. We are giving you one lifeline. Play it here just now.
Yes.
If we are primarily satisfied with the matters, otherwise we go.
I have an instruction. The video clip is of Bapu Center.
That we will try to find out. Because in the video clip, it does not appear that either it is Bapu or Netaji. Goes. We don't know which center it is.
I'm concerned with this video clip argument. So please preserve.
Let us see. What is the video? Please give it to.
I haven't seen this video clip.
One party was very vociferous. You.
Video clip, I saw it.
Let us see.
Yes.
Whether we can identify the examination center from there.
Them say which is that examination.
Then Mr. Solicitor, if nothing appears from the video, Neither Bapuji, nor Netaji, nor Swamiji. Goes.
I bow. Yes, sir. And Lord, after you see this,
So that everyone can see straight.
after you see this, Lord, I want to argue the point.
Wait, let us.
Yeah, first this. Tell him where to go. Please start his responsibility.
Yes, next.
Next.
This proves nothing.
Please, 2.21.
Yes.
Just pick out the best one. No third opportunity.
2.21
or 5.
or 5 instead.
Who is this boy?
Sitting after the exam is over.
Which center is this, Mr.
Which center? Ram
We
Krishna.
don't know which center is this.
Ram Krishna.
We cannot take it like this. Has to be there, hearing from the video.
You're the one with this.
Yes, what point?
In cheating.
Return it.
A little patience. 2 minutes only.
Yes, yes.
We'll show you the.
Which one?
Yes. Anything else you want to show? That's it?
That's it?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, my lord, I want to make my argument that from the coaching center mock papers, two coaching center mock papers, in the impugned order itself, these are the papers they give their students while training them. 24 questions came identically from
From
coaching.
two centers we have seen.
From two centers. Can I show you that, please? This is very important. That comes in the impugned order. Go to page 13. And then I'll give you, my lord, the actual question papers and the actual answer.
Which item are you doing?
Page 13 also.
This is Papu Kumar.
No. This is Prashant Kumar. 49.
What is Prashant?
Prashant Kumar.
Right. I'm asking which is. You want us to turn to your paper book or you're handing over some?
P5.
Are you turning to your paper book or you're referring to some initial paper?
No, I'm referring, my lord, to the paper book. That is SLP. Triple 1 2. 45.
I think 45. Prashant Kumar.
Yes, lord.
Page
First page 13.
13.
Internal para.
Yes. Page 13, internal paragraph 4. Now, these are the observations in the impugned order. Bottom of the page, below page 13. Prior to the scheduled date of examination on 13/12,
Page 13.
yes, Lord, bottom, last 10 lines. Prior to the scheduled date. Lordship has that?
Yes, prior to
Yes.
the schedule.
Prior to the scheduled date of examination on so-and-so, the Commission curiously had invited the private coaching centers of Patna for a meeting on the allegation is that perhaps these coaching centers were asked for question banks, which charge gets substantiated because many questions in the booklets, that's the coaching center booklets, tallied with the model questions prepared. Achha, that is the model centers prepared by the coaching centers and circulated among. In fact, statistically speaking, 24 questions were taken out of Khan Global Studies straight away, and I'll show you those. And 22 questions were taken from Utkarsh. This is very significant. Out of 150 questions, you have this is about 30% of your answer paper. And the level of the standard, etc. Yes, Lord. Now see the packet I gave you.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
suppose we are holding a judicial service examination
Yes,
for basic posts.
yes,
Let us take it for the post of peon.
yes.
And the question comes, who is the Chief Justice of India?
Yes, open place.
Huh?
I can't make the argument there.
Then
Yes, but now look at this. Look at the coaching center papers and look at what is come.
But see, Mr. Gonzalez,
Look at
any competitive exam, in any competitive exam that you say, you'll find a large number of books are published
Yes,
which have model question paper.
yes,
Right?
yes.
And if you sit in any exam, competitive exam, you'll find at least 30 to 40% of the question papers come from that big booklet of theirs. That booklet may have a few thousand questions. See, Khan papers may have circulated tens of questions paper, model question papers, not just one. Mock papers are not just one. There are hundreds of them which are floating around in the market.
This was for this exam. Anyway, we will take with your lordships.
No, just in a common exam, no, even for the lawyers exam, whatever we have for our district judges and all,
Yes.
many district judges write to the High Court saying, please allow us to publish a book which has all the model questions. Because normally it's a set bank. It's a set question bank. You can't invent a question.
Look at this.
Look, we had
Look at this.
we had appointed at this a committee of 12 experts to go into this. They found that out of 24, 2 questions were same. Remaining questions were same. Because question will have to be from the curriculum, but in a different language. So if somebody says what is res judicata, the
so
question paper
verbatim is only 2. Verbatim only 2.
only.
Now look at this.
Insignificant. How many questions were there? 100.
150.
150. Out of 150, if solicitor says only 2 questions, the questions were verbatim the same. What is the
Almost
percentage?
then I'll give you lordship 30 questions. Just see the face, my lord. Comma here, a little change here. Just look at the striking similarity. And if it satisfies your conscience, then you see. Now look at the.
Which page?
This is my lord, I've given you the.
No, page.
Anyway,
Yes, you are looking at this.
Yes. Very first page. Yes, no. The first, what page number is this? Question.
There is no pagination. You have to go by the question number.
Yes, my lord. Go 112. 102.
102.
On the top left hand side, 102.
102. Yes.
Yes, Lord. Now go to the right hand side. That's the coaching class. Dr. Sri Harminder side is located in which of the following districts? 1, 2, 3, 4. And the question is,
It's a very common question for people in Bihar.
sir,
Mr. Gonzalez,
it's 30 questions. Almost like
you've been a product of Campus Law Center, Delhi.
no.
No. Well, let me tell you an interesting story. Outside the Campus Law Center, there used to be a person, an old man who used to sit with a trunk, and he would sell what we would popularly call as dukis. Right? No one would go to the class, everyone would go and buy a duki just 2 days before the exam. And that used to be something like this, right? And most of the students who have graduated as lawyers have studied from dukis, right? And the strike rate was something like 90%. One day an examiner, a smart examiner said, I will come to know who's studying from the dukis.
Yes, sir.
So he prepared a question paper where the answers in the duki were wrong.
Yes, sir.
And everyone got it wrong. Can you believe it?
Yes.
so
I'm not seeing
we had Parikshana. There was a booklet, 70-page booklet, Parikshana.
Every Campus Law Center
LLB first year.
Bangalore also we are Nava Bharat.
and while you were
Everyone
arguing, I
used
see
to
a
go by
large
Nava
number of
Bharat.
heads nodding behind it.
Now let's see about the observations of the High Court here. Page
No,
65.
but Mr. Gonzalez, you have got to our notice 112. Now just leave aside the language. You know,
Look at the left-hand side for the question.
you know, if there was a shrine in Bihar, if this is a shrine in Bihar,
Yes.
the question will of course come. if this examination is held in Bangalore, and if the question is where is Kalighat Mandir, do you think that it is taken from the question bank of
But
the...
look at this, look at the one by one, almost identical questions coming straight from this.
But certainly the question bank is limited.
Almost identical. Now, my lord, come to page 65.
65.
Yes, see the observations of the court. Because the coaching centers were called.
But that we have seen.
But no, this
That
part.
we have seen.
Only this part. Paragraph 90, page 65. Paragraph 90 to 93. It appears
I
that
do not know the reasons. It would have been desirable if the coaching classes were not involved, but having regard to
the
whatever
coaching
is there.
classes are involved, then papers become the
Yes, Mr. Gopal.
last one, last argument.
Yes.
Page J
J of the synopsis.
of the synopsis. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Whether normalization had to be done in the present instance. Go to just 2 lines on page K. Success percentage of the candidates.
Mr. Gonzalez is an OMR. Where is the question of normalization? Normalization
Yes, sir.
primarily is resorted to when there are subjective questions. And the one examinee's question answer booklet goes to a very strict examiner, the other goes to a very liberal examiner.
Yes,
So therefore there is a wide disparity in
Yes.
marks. One getting 80, the other getting 40,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
Across the board.
Yes.
Whoever is going to Mr. B gets 40,
Yes.
in the range of 40-50, and they get 78.
Yes, sir.
Then the question of normalization comes. But in an OMR, when there is a multiple objective test, and you have to only shade the... Where is the question of normalization?
Tell you, Lordship. Would you bear with me for 2 minutes? Look at item number 3. Success percentage is 19% in the second exam. This is the balancing. Normalization is the balancing of equities. Now look at this. 19.6% is the success rate. Got that, Lord?
Yes.
Now turn the page and look at the first exam. Okay. Clause 7. Success percentage. 6%. How can it be that you have exams? I understand you have different questions. Just clarify. It's a re-exam versus this is the re-exam.
Is that now? We have to
What
touch
we normalize
Public Service Commission. It's a constitutional authority.
like this, my lord.
Ah,
One exam 6% pass,
one,
and the second exam
that
300% more high.
That is no ground for.
6% as opposed to 19%. Normalization. No.
It could be that they got around 3 weeks more time to prepare
Also,
themselves.
That's the reason why you have to do normalization or provide for it.
Normalization in an OMR. Show us one authority that OMR normalization is possible. Just look at Justice Ravindra's judgment.
We need to clarify. In that one center where they had the re-exam, a separate new paper.
Yes, yes.
Now that was also an OMR.
That
In
was
that
also-
OMR, the pass percentage is double.
Therefore, he could only raise a plea that the questions were easier than the earlier one.
But that normalization should take.
We cannot is that
No, but the people who cheated and who created that ruckus, they are at a disadvantage now.
We don't know.
We are disadvantaged, but they are advantaged.
No one is advanced. Anyway, see, the problem today is, no, just examine from a different perspective.
Ah.
Right. When today you sit in this court and you realize that the examinations are not concluding. You sit today, madam, today we have, I think, an item where 2014 examination is challenged of the UP police. Each and every examination is getting challenged. No examination is reaching its conclusion. No recruitment is taking place. Everyone is playing on insecurities of each other, trying to just throw a doubt in anyone's mind, saying one question is wrong, one question is right. Ma'am, please understand, even the examiner standards is not very high. The examiner standards is not very high, unfortunately. And our system is not so foolproof. No examination is concluding today.
Okay, then
Even it's very unfortunate. It is very
What
unfortunate.
I am saying is that this is the system.
Very unfortunate. Yes, you are right. It is right. But madam, what is happening is we are playing on each other's insecurities, suspecting everyone of foul play.
Not really suspecting.
No, I'm just saying. No,
It's the above board,
they need to be, but please understand their caliber. Today, the problem in this country
for
is
being above board, I don't think any caliber.
no, caliber meaning inefficiency is a little more than you suspect. Inefficiency is a little more than you suspect. See, you've had a lot of experience. You would understand. There's lot more inefficiency, lot more things than we.
No, there is no willingness to do good work.
That is also
That's
right.
the problem.
You're spot on.
No matter which of
Yes. Actually, no one is willing to lift the level of debate as we see. You're right. That extent, you're right. You have a point.
Yes, Mr. Gopal, wind up.
It's 3.
So your petition is?
It's number 50. It's Pappu Kumar.
You're again Pappu Kumar.
I'm Pappu Kumar.
No, Pappu Kumar is madam.
was there.
43. It's 43. I'm 50. 43. How much yesterday it was?
So not in installments.
You're appearing the same matter or different matter? Or they could do Pappu Kumar.
It's not coming well, Virat. From board out from the facts or instructions.
Then I don't think it's appropriate for me to make our
Dismissed.
No, I don't think I should. Grateful. Okay.
Your examination, like you said.
I know in item number 46, may I submit? In item number 46.
Sorry. Same matter?
Yes, madam. Yes. Very important.
You have no locus standi. You have no locus standi.
My lord, the lotus
Sorry.
totally wrong. This is what is happening. Lot of vested interests are coming into litigation. And that is not permissible. When the examinees are there, why should we
entertain your petition?
They are represented by the best of the best. My lord, one sorry, please. We impose cost on you. See, I don't want to say much, but litigation should not be resorted to in this manner. Direction has been given by this honorable court here.
We have heard.
Yes, we have heard.
Sorry, heard you. You referred to video clips. We have seen the video clips. Yes, next matter.
Item 48.
Yes, 48.
In this matter, the Honorable High Court has issued a blanket stay against the transfer order by way of an interim order.
Change order, but no, it's
Simply no reasoning given, madam.
First one.
If the state has filed an SLP, which is also listed day after, but it is listed day after half. You see, the state should have been more active.
Yes, why did we?
Why?
People who are not parties should. You are for the state.
No, I am not for the state. You are for the private parties.
No, but
You have to have and the order is
how do you know that the state has filed?
because we have filed caveats in the state as listed day after. It's listed day after.
Let it come up together.
Because also, because I don't
Let it
know
come
why
up together.
this matter is coming up after
Before another bench.
Yes, for another bench. I don't know why it is the same order. SLPs are going to two different courts. What happened with us in this court?
Is the challenge there to the first two orders or the third order?
Same order. 18th February.
In fact, the first order is not challenged by anybody. That is it in finality.
What's that? What penalty can it retain?
No, 16 December. Anyway, let me
Keep your powder dry. And maybe your best argument.
But it's the matters are going like this. It's very strange.
The diary number is on 6.
It's coming up before a different bench.
That we have.
High Court tomorrow.
That is coming up before the High Court tomorrow.
Yes, for final hearing. That's also there. And this order of 18 February.
Therefore, this interim order of stay is still the next date of hearing.
It's
Still the next date of hearing. We'll keep it on Friday according to this fact.
Yeah, let the High Court proceed with it.
Of course.
They took time on the last occasion, saying the matter is coming up.
The problem
We'll
is
keep it on Monday. In the meantime, we will grant liberty to the High Court to conclude the hearing.
So go ahead with the matter.
I just want to bring one fact.
You go and participate in the proceedings there.
Very good.
Say that this interim order is harming my interest.
Yes, very well.
Why should a transfer order be stayed?
He has taken charge in the new post.
After taking charge, be suspended or revoked? Suspended. How will be reverted back?
No, it happens. Sure.
He's taken. He's see. Look at us. Don't look down. No, I don't want to interrupt my lordship at all. That's why my lordship, what happens sometimes I end up interrupting. So I'm a little careful because as a deva, one can get away with it, as a senior one cannot. That's all. Nothing else. Yes. Lordship are putting a question to
This is the only thing that you're putting.
Yes. There are three orders. Three orders. First order is reading at Schedule 3 tranche 1 A, B, C category. ABC. Correct. Then the second order is extension of that. Right. Third order is the new bench which there is. Yes. Says my orders, the previous orders are not being complied with, so I stay the entire transfer list.
Yes.
Now, some persons in accordance with the first interim order have taken over charge in the new posting.
No, that's
What happens to them? They revert back to the old.
may not be correct. What has happened? I just
He says he's taken over charge.
I have taken over.
I
On
am
16th December, an order is passed. After that, the government passes two orders. Those two orders are stayed. They have not filed the IAs. Those two orders are stayed today because it's in violation of the first interim order. Let them file the IA.
IAs as a taken over charge or not? First of all, we don't know how can a transfer order be stayed, and there is some logic behind what the state is saying. People are continuing in a particular posting for more than 5 years.
This may have
See, people have all vested interest. They are trying to. The state of Karnataka is trying to ensure that people don't have vested interest.
No, very
Pertaining to their particular posts. They are saying that. That's the case.
Let him rebut it.
Because the matter was mentioned number of times before the High Court till 31st
The
December.
order included in this special petition is an interim order passed by the High Court of Karnataka at Bengaluru, staying operation of an order of transfer dated 10th December 2024 till the next date of hearing. So we are informed that the petition is due to be listed tomorrow for final hearing.
Correct.
So, in such view of the matter, we request the roster bench to proceed with the hearing of the petition. The interim order passed shall. It is needless to observe that the interim order passed shall abide by the result of the petition. Release the special petition after 1 week. Since the petitioners are not parties to the proceedings before the High Court, they shall be permitted to intervene.
They have already filed intervention.
Very good.
Grateful.
Not all of them, but some of them will be filed.
Thanks so much. Great.
So this order to the roster bench.
Yes.
Will proceed with the hearing.
Grateful.
The order will be uploaded.
Yes, today it will be uploaded.
Our name is not coming up on the website. There's a physical appearance in this.
Because item 49 for my senior brigades, I am appearing for the society. Because we have also filed an SLP. Would your lordships consider taking both together?
This Ultas or Utlas, it's an open area.
It's open area. I have got the plans.
Open area.
The open area. And we don't get
Who is
benefit.
for the plaintiff?
Plaintiff is the lordship on the site of just filed for the site.
You are for the builder.
Builder.
You are for.
I'm for the society. We are supporting each other.
But Mr. Agarwal, just think about this. About balance of convenience.
Correct.
Today, if you build,
Yes.
and that does not include the entire area occupied by the residents, how do you compensate them?
I cannot answer that. I discussed at length with my learned colleagues on all sides. Today, NCGM says that this is carpet area included in the flat. I have no difficulty at all. The problem is we are deciding this matter in absence of NCGM. In the corporation, plans are being interpreted, 64 plans, to say whether it's carpet area or not. If it is carpet area, it's beneficial to me also because then I get buildable area. So today the High Court passes an order, you give.
The Lordship may put it the other way. No.
What the High Court has said,
Yes, you give them.
you may proceed with the construction.
No, I'll have to change everything.
You may proceed with the construction,
Correct.
but you will have to include this area.
No, I'll have to change the flats.
So otherwise, you don't build.
So that's a difficult.
You wait for the High Court to decide this.
That's right. So now let's.
So today,
Yes.
how can balance of convenience
Yes.
be in your favor?
By monetary consideration. By monetary
Why should they settle for a monetary consideration always?
Because ultimately, how do I get it?
They have been deciding for the last 40, 50 years.
Right,
They have been enjoying a particular area.
right. That's why if the Lordship particular.
Nowadays, most of us, we are interested in money.
Yes,
But
yes.
there may be people, elderly people, they are not really concerned about money. They are really concerned about good living conditions.
Shiraz, can I indicate how this development works? It is not a private deal anymore in Maharashtra. An advertisement is issued. Builders are asked to submit proposals.
That is there, no doubt. But
Yes.
why should I lose out even an inch of property which I was enjoying
So that Lordship
in the earlier building?
So let me show that to the Lordships, because I can show my plans. I can put the plans on record. It's very big, so we couldn't file it. I'll put the plans on record. Lordships will take a view on this. But most importantly, because what I was saying was, ultimately the municipal corporation has to inform your Lordships whether for their calculation for my new building, they will take this carpet area into consideration or not.
It all depends
Yes.
on the agreement between the society.
I'm very grateful, Milot.
What has that agreement and whether these